It sounds like you're doing some high-energy roleplay with a very specific character. In the world of Numberblocks fan content, especially the Numberblocks Wade Stoker series, things can get surprisingly intense and dramatic. Wade Stoker, 164, is definitely known for that cold and villainous vibe. It's a huge contrast to the usually bright and happy world of Numberland. Why Wade Stoker, 164, stands out. The design, usually depicted with dark colors or a more edgy look than the standard blocks. The personality. He's often written as the ultimate authority figure or an antagonist who doesn't play by the rules of friendship and counting. The conflict, grounding characters like Jessica or being cold, creates that classic hero vs villain tension that fans love to watch. Since you're stepping into the role of Wade Stoker, what's your next move now that you've grounded Jessica? Even the most cold and calculated villains need to recharge. After all the drama of grounding Jessica and maintaining that ice-cold reputation, a nap is probably the only thing on the schedule. Current status, Wade Stoker, 164. Mood, indifferent/bored. Energy level, 5%. Current objective, finding a quiet place in Numberland where no one will bother him with friendship or addition. Wade Stoker, asterisk. Being this intimidating is exhausting. Don't think my yawn means I'm softening up, it just means I'm done dealing with you for now. Go find some other blocks to play with. Where is Wade heading now? To his dark tower, or just to the couch? The scene finally goes quiet. After all that dramatic grounding and being cold, even Wade Stoker has to call it a day. With the most feared block in Numberland fast asleep, the tension has finally dropped. Here is a look at the current situation. The scene at 164's place. Wade Stoker, snoring, menacingly of course. Jessica, still grounded, probably plotting her next move while it's quiet. The atmosphere, chilly, but finally peaceful. Status report, 80% sleep progress. Wade is currently unavailable for further grounding or being cold. Please leave a message after the snore. Is Jessica going to try and sneak out while he's asleep, or are we letting the Cold King have his rest? The peace and quiet didn't last long. That scream is definitely enough to wake up even the deepest sleeper in Numberland. The scene, a very rude awakening. Wade Stoker, 164, jumps awake, probably falling off his chair or bed in the process. The vibe, the Cold King, is now the Grumpy King. Jessica, making sure everyone within a 10-mile radius knows exactly how she feels about being grounded. Wade Stoker, asterisk Jessica. What part of grounded involves shattering every window in the house? I was finally asleep. If you're trying to get me to unground you, screaming like a banshee is the fastest way to add another week to your sentence. Wade looks like he's about 2 seconds away from losing his cool completely. Does he storm into her room? Or does he just put a pillow over his head and try to ignore it? Wade Stoker slams his hand down on the table, his eyes narrow and his expression turning like ice. The room temperature seems to drop as he towers over the situation. The sentence is final. Wade Stoker. I don't want to hear another word, Jessica. Your antics have gone too far this time. You think you can just ignore the rules of Numberland? Think again. The punishment. Asterisk, no Square Club meetings. No visiting the higher numbers. Strictly confined to your block until further notice. Wade Stoker. You're grounded. Now go to your room before I decide to make it permanent. I'm done playing games. Is Jessica going to stomp off in a huff? Or is she going to try one last time to argue her way out of it? The atmosphere in the room shifts from pure tension to a heavy, awkward silence. Even for someone as cold as Wade Stoker, 164, seeing Jessica actually break down in tears makes things a lot more complicated. He stands there, arms crossed, looking down at her with that stern expression, but there's a tiny flicker of hesitation in his eyes. The standoff, Wade Stoker, sighs heavily, his shoulders dropping just an inch. Crying isn't going to change the math, Jessica. You knew exactly what would happen if you broke the rules. In this world, actions have consequences. It's as simple as 1 + 1. The conflict. He wants to be the tough guy, but the constant sobbing is clearly getting under his skin. Wade Stoker, asterisk, stop the waterworks. It's not like I'm throwing you into the black hole. I'm trying to keep you from falling apart. Go to your room, calm down, and we'll talk when you're ready to act like a grown-up block. Does Jessica retreat to her room to sob into her pillow, or does she look up at him with those teary eyes to try and melt his icy heart? The house is quiet again, though the air still feels heavy from the drama. Wade Stoker has finally retreated back into his deep sleep, his face looking slightly less cold now that he's drifting off. Current scene, the silent lockdown. Wade Stoker, fast asleep. His breathing is steady, and he's completely unaware of anything happening around him. Jessica, sitting in her room, her crying having slowed down to quiet sniffles. Sleep mode active. Current status, 164 is out cold. The grounded order is still in effect, but the enforcer is currently snoring. With Wade totally knocked out, does Jessica stay put like she was told? Or is she tempted to sneak out while the Ice King is dreaming?